We're at the Dallas Morning News. As you see behind us, we're at the Chargers practice field. These are my co-workers, Michael Gehlken and Calvin Watkins, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Not Carlos.
Let's start with scrimmage here with the Chargers on a Wednesday, first of two scrimmages before they have their second preseason game Saturday night before flying back to Frisco to resume camp there. Let's start on the offensive side of the ball. CeeDee Lamb wasn't able to go today with a foot injury. How did the offense, the starters particularly, look working against the Chargers' #1 defense?
It was pretty mixed. You saw early in the team period, Cowboys looked very physical up front with their offensive line. Ezekiel Elliott was explosive here in Wednesday's practice, but overall I thought it was pretty good competition. You didn't see any wide receivers really get behind the defense. Kevontae Turpin was working with the second team. He had a nice catch on a go route down the left sideline, but overall I thought it was pretty good contesting. There wasn't any tension in the air. You guys can tell me about the other field, but you didn't feel like a brawl was about to erupt. There was no sense that melee was brewing. It was just good quality work. I think they wanted to get about 70 plays or so, 72 plays, and it seemed like they did exactly that. No injuries as well for the Cowboys offense, and that injury you mentioned with CeeDee Lamb, just a laceration, nothing that'll keep him out in terms of long term, but we won't expect him to practice on Thursday. He won't practice on Thursday.
Calvin, I know you went back and forth between both fields, and we'll talk about the Cowboys defense here in a second, but from what you saw of this young receiving core without CeeDee Lamb out there, how did it look today?
Looked okay. It looked all right. Look, I'm not going to put him on a pedestal or anything, but one of the things this group has to do is find a level of consistency. I thought Noah Brown looked pretty good. Turpin, as you said, made a nice little catch. I think Tolbert looked pretty good today. One of the great things I like about Tolbert is he's where he's supposed to be, and that's half the battle. So the young receivers I thought looked okay. They did a nice job.
Defensive side of the ball today, we talked to Micah Parsons a little bit afterwards. He called them dominant today. I think that's a fair assessment of how they looked over there. Got a lot of sacks. You're not actually bringing the quarterback down in these sessions, but they got to the quarterback a lot. Really only gave up one deep ball of any note, and with Herbert's arm, that's pretty impressive. From anything stand out to you on the defensive side of the ball that you saw today?
They have a fantastic pass rush. I mean, Terrell Basham had an interception. He's falling back. He's making this fantastic catch. Yeah. And then he tips the ball down. This was probably one of his best practices. I think Dante Fowler had a sack. Micah Parsons was outstanding. And it was a thing that me and you had seen. They had Micah Parsons on the edge, and they put DeMarcus Lawrence inside, and they both rushed the passer. And there was another situation where they had them both on the same side, and they did a twist. So you're seeing a lot of different things with Parsons and Lawrence and this entire defense. And I think the Chargers got knocked around a little bit today because of the Cowboys defense.
Yeah, another real interesting before we go back just overall and kind of wrap this up here. We haven't talked a lot about Israel Mukuamu. That's a draft pick from last year's draft that was a corner that they moved to safety. Didn't do a lot there. It's come out, looked really good. No Jaron Kearse today. I thought he had an outstanding camp. He's filling that Jaron Kearse role, and he really did a good job. Like I said, one more scrimmage on Thursday. Michael, what would you like to see the Cowboys do in that scrimmage that maybe they didn't get accomplished today?
I think there was times where some offensive linemen were on the ground a bit, and so just kind of staying upright and making sure the technique is sound. There are times where just the inconsistency there, which isn't to be expected, isn't to be unexpected when you have some youth there. I thought it was interesting to see Braylon Jones. He worked at first team right guard a little bit. We haven't seen that at all, and so someone who's been kind of a second team, third team guy in terms of guard and center, he got a real chance on Wednesday. So looking forward to seeing whether or not that continues on Thursday. Also, if I add, cornerback Jordan Lewis, hamstring late in practice, so interested to see what his health status is and whether or not we see him again this week.
Well, I think that should do it for us at the Dallas Morning News for this segment. Join us again before camp is over, because when they go back to Frisco, it is still camp. Thank you very much.